Hello.
How was Thursday, Friday for you? Set your first 2 rounds for us.
Yeah, it was good. Oh, you asked me a question?
Yeah.
Sorry.
What went well out there? What was working well?
Just kept the ball in front of me. Didn't make a lot of mistakes. When I was out of position, I was able to scrape a par or get up and down. So far, relatively stress-free. And, that's very unlikely for a Pete Dye track, let alone Sawgrass. So hopefully I can keep it up.
It's been an especially solid start to the season. It feels like anything you worked on in the offseason, you feel like it's paid off this year?
Nothing really. I mean, I started off, or I finished the season really good last year and just kind of been keeping that momentum going forward into this year. But I think a little bit of mindset change, this is my 9th year. Kind of a change of perspective, I guess you could say, for golf in general in life. So maybe that's what it is. But it's good to kind of ride this wave that I'm on right now.
What's the change of perspective?
I don't know. I just have so many responsibilities with my family and my kids and just wanting to be a dad and balancing life and family life. So, it's dawned on me that, golf is just golf. And, you hear a lot of people say that when they first have children. And I didn't really think that. I was still golf, golf, golf. But now that my oldest one's 4 and, there's lots of emotion when I leave and when I come back. So it's it puts things in perspective on what really matters.
Do you ever feel guilty being out here?
Yeah, totally.
How do you deal with that?
It's tough. I don't know how to deal with it. I mean, I try to talk to them as much as I can, FaceTime. But when you have a little one that's just always asking where you're at and how much they miss you, and to come home, it's tough. But my family fortunately knows Daddy's got a job and this is what I got to do, and hopefully it'll pay off dividends in the end when things are all said and done. We can kind of have a good time together.
Do you have any help? Does your wife have any help?
Yeah, we have some nannies. We have some family that help us. So, but she's been holding down the fort at home, kind of on her own a lot. So for the last 3 weeks so far, I mean, she said since the start of the season I've been home for 1 week. So that's kind of tough.
Try to tell her that you could be in the Navy and be on a ship for 7 months.
I've tried that angle.
Tell her when you're coming home.
I've tried that angle and it doesn't work.
Good try.
I've tried. It doesn't work.
As it relates to this course, JJ, do you find it better to kind of slowly move yourself around without mistakes, or guys who make 9 birdies and 2 doubles, who have firepower and get slowed by mistakes, but is
right.
Firepower important here?
I don't know. I think there's definitely a positive to kind of being mistake-free, but then when you kind of get thrown into the thick of it, then you're not really expecting it. Whereas guys that make a double and then make a birdie and make an eagle and another double, I don't know. I like stress-free golf, so I'd prefer to keep it that way if I can.
You see, there's so much trouble here when it's gusting. It's just a lot of just do all you can and then hit and hope.
Yeah, it's just conservative targets, aggressiveness to conservative targets, and that's kind of what we've been trying to do. The motto this week is just playing smart, aggressive, and greens are good here, fairways are good. Proximity is not. I mean, it always pays off to hit it close, but if you're hitting a lot of greens, you're not going to make big numbers. So I think come the weekend, that is going to be, the number one task is, fairways and greens.
Aside from the mindset change, is there anything that you've developed specifically in your game recently that's been helping you out physically?
Yeah, I think I'm making a little bit more putts, kind of mid-range putts. I've been putting a lot better, at least I feel like I am. I don't know if statistically I am, but as long as I feel like I'm putting better than I've had in the past, that kind of bleeds into everything. So I think the putter's been a lot more stable as of recent months. And yeah, just ball striking's been solid too, and just trying to maintain what I've been working on and rolling with that.
You don't look at statistics at all, ever?
I will, but I know like tee to green, I'm pretty good, and usually my putting's kind of on the rocks, but I don't know what I'm at this year, or this week.
How long have you been in the lab, putter?
Since this year.
Okay.
I tried it at Sea Island, actually. That was my first week. So I played one competitive tournament. I missed the cut, but it wasn't because of my putting. And then, I played with it all winter long at home, played all the games at my course at Whisper Rock, and just kind of was like, dove right in and said, all right, let's go. And then had a shot at Sony, and just, it's been nice. So it's been working out in my favor.
Is that a tough adjustment? They're just so different than a regular putter?
Yeah, I think people expect to kind of pull it off the rack and start making everything. You kind of have to unlearn some of your tendencies almost in a way you got to get out of the way of the putter or the ball, whatever you want to say, and just let it do its thing. You know, there's no manipulation because it's like zero torque or whatever, and it's important to get fit for the right lie angle and stuff because it's lie angle balanced, and that's the whole science behind it. So, it's been really good for me lately, and hopefully it keeps doing what it's supposed to be doing.
JJ, you're about to get the unprepared reporter question, but I don't recall you at Memphis last year.
Yeah.
Where did you finish on the FedEx Cup? What was the fall like for you?
Last year?
Yeah.
So I didn't make Memphis last year, so I finished 96th after the end of the fall. But I mean, I didn't make this was actually my first cut.
After the end of Wyndham or after the end of the fall?
I was 95th after Wyndham. I finished third there to finish 95th. And then I played almost every fall event and had a couple top 10s, maybe one top 10, and still finished like 95th or 6th.
Did that do anything for you, the fall? Except for
no.
a couple $1,000 here and there?
Yeah, some money, a nice trip to Japan, and it was nice to secure my card, relatively early in the fall. I mean, I didn't make a cut until the Players last year, and I was in the first two signature events, and I was just not playing really well at all. So I don't even think I made more than 15 points till Detroit. So I was in a bad spot.
But when you look at everything, what's happening going forward, is there any relief to have done what you did at Honda and PGA National? And playing well now to kind of get ahead of things? Yeah,
and I feel like that's kind of the mentality that I have this week is like I feel really kind of freed up, like I have nothing to lose. I'm in a great spot to make a run at top 50, top 30 by the end of the year. So, just keep playing good golf and just try to feel like I got nothing to lose.
Have you ever called it the Honda, or is it just me?
I still do.
Okay, good.
It's just easier. Comes out of the mouth easier.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.